Hi guys, Steve Girardi here. Welcome to Steve Strings. Today, my video is going to be a first looks video of the Kmise Do-It-Yourself Ukulele Kit. What I'm going to do today is open this up, show you the parts and such, and get your input on what I should do with this build. Because when you're making your own instrument, you've got lots of options and the sky is the limit. So let's talk about it and see what we have and talk through it all. So here you go. These are for sale right now by Kmise on Amazon. They're selling for, what is it, $28.99 as of right now, which is August of 2020. So let's cover the things that come in this kit. First of all, it has a couple different grits of sandpaper, and that's nice, although most folks get sandpaper easily enough. It has a little manual in it here, and we'll look at that more closely in a minute. It comes with a ruler, and this is a nice ruler, and that's pretty useful, particularly if you need to make sure your frets are leveled or your neck is in alignment with the body and that kind of thing, so that's handy having that. And it looks like a pretty decent metal ruler. Right here on top we have the fretboard. And you may see from this that this fretboard is not a wooden fretboard. It's a plastic fretboard. Now I've seen some other kits that were online and some of the fretboards looked pretty flimsy. This one does not look so flimsy. It actually has some substance to it. So if you get this kit and want to use this fretboard, you probably could. Some folks may decide they want to make their own fretboard and put it on, but we'll come back to that. All right, and it also comes with a clamp, which is nice. It has various hardware you're going to need in here. All right, so let's go over all the things that come in the little pouch. First of all, it does have a set of strings, and from looking at these, they look like they might be Aquila strings. They have that same color to them, but I'm not certain of that. It comes with 4 of these tuning machines. They're not fancy tuning machines, they're just real inexpensive ones. If you wanted to get some fancier ones, you could certainly do that, but those look very functional. They're not loose, at least that one's not. Yeah, they turn, well, that one turns, yeah, that's fine. Had to take a couple turns to get it working smooth. But they're basic tuners. It comes with a bridge, and this bridge is plastic, and from the look of it, it's the same kind of hard plastic that the fretboard is made out of. And you can see this is not a tie bar bridge, but rather the type of bridge where you tie a knot in the string and then slide the string into the slot right there and pull it up taut. It also comes with a plastic saddle to go in that bridge, and let's see how that fits. Okay, it goes in there and is pretty snug, so that's not going to be falling out, so that's a good thing. It also comes with a small nut, and we'll look in a moment and see how that goes with the neck. Because this neck is obviously an unfinished neck. Okay, and so we'll go right there in the net, and it looks like it fits, so that's a good thing. We'll come back to these parts. It also comes with a dowel. And this short dowel is important because it's going to put the neck in the correct position. Also, it comes with these little ferrules, which go on the tuning machines. Actually, yeah, they go that way. They go on the tuning machines, and I should probably check the holes here. So as you can see, the tuning machines are kind of loose there in the hole, but this basically just makes it look clean, and of course you'll screw it into the back. The kit also comes with all the screws you need, and I just put them in this little cap so you can see them. It has 2 larger screws, which are what go through the bridge, and then it has the 8 smaller screws that go with the tuning machines. And I should say that this instrument, it does have a block underneath of here that you can screw into, but you can't just screw it in and leave it like that. You have to glue it in, and those screws meet up with these holes in the bridge. So they're essentially registration pins to help with your alignment. But we'll go through this to make sure that it is actually aligned. Let's go ahead and talk about the wood, because that's the actual instrument. All right, so if I'm looking at this, and again, I'm not sure what kind of wood this is. I can check the description and see. It's probably basswood or basswood, some folks call it. From looking at this wood, you can see it's not fully finished. It still has some work to be done on it, but the basic shape is there. There are not any like major saw marks. So it looks like just going through a couple of grades of sandpaper will probably get this neck to where it needs to be. And let me go ahead and check this alignment to see that this is in fact a straight neck, because that's important. So I'm looking down the neck here, and it looks straight. And we'll put this line on here. And I'm not sure how well you can see that, because if you can see a lot of daylight under there, that means it needs some leveling that needs to be done. But right now, it looks pretty straight. A little light's getting through in a couple places. But again, some sanding with a couple of grits on like a sanding block should get that flush, just flush and smooth, ready for glue up. And I should say that also you can see here that to help with your alignment, it comes with some sort of registration holes for the screws for the tuning machines, which means you most likely won't need to pre-drill that, but you may want to anyway, because this seems like a fairly soft wood, but looks like it's ready to go. The body. Again, this is basswood or basswood, whatever. And from looking at this, this is a laminate, and you can see how thick that is. It's not super thin. It looks like it's a few layers of laminate there. And let's check the sound. All right, for basswood, that seems okay. All right, so from looking here at the hole, I'm not quite sure what to make of this right now, because you see where this hole is relative to that center line. So the question is that center line actually in the center? We'll find out. From looking at this from the inside, I'm not sure if you can see that. But there is a block inside there. I don't know if you can see it. There is a block. And that hole is not in the center of that block. So, again, that block might be off-centered, and it doesn't really matter. But we'll need to look and see if those are centered or not. Okay, I'm not going to put this pin in all the way tight because I don't want it to get stuck in case I need to do some adjusting to this. But if you look here, you can see that this dowel, which is a registration pin for going the body, is also not centered. So what they may have done was realize that one wasn't centered, and so they put the hole in the right spot to make sure that the neck would be centered. So let's take a look at that and see where we are. And again, so this here is just to check the alignment. Okay, so I haven't put these on tight because I want to be able to get them back off. But from first glance of this, at first glance it's hard to tell if that thing is centered or not. I'm going to have to work with that when I go to assemble it to make sure this is in fact aligned. Because here's the issue. If the neck isn't in alignment, that means if the registration pins were in the right spot for the bridge, then they'll be in the wrong place. And so that will be one thing we'll need to check. Because if I need to basically tap one or both of those holes, that is, say, fill them, and then re-drill them, that makes this a more complicated kit than it might be if those holes and pins are all in the right position. That said, this is your first looks at this ukulele kit. So the question is, what shall I do with this? Because I have a couple ideas of things I might do, but I thought I would get some input from you guys what I should do, because some folks like to paint these. I'm no artist personally, so if I was going to get this painted, I would probably give this to somebody with some painting skills and ask them to paint it. That is to say, if I wanted some artwork on it. The other option is to basically stain this and then put a finish on it. That's option sort of 2. Option 3 is to like spray paint this, make it a solid color, or different color, body or neck, whatever. Another thought is to not just finish it, but I could do like water slides and put like water slide decals on here and put like my favorite school sports team or something like that, or the Spurs logo or something on there. So what I would like from you guys, if you wouldn't mind, is to give me some input. What do you think I should do with this kit, other than obviously putting it together? What should I do for the finish and all that? And I will take that into consideration when I go to put this together. So this has been sort of a first looks at this Kmise do-it-yourself ukulele kit. And again, from now that I put this thing all the way in, it looks like it's fairly straight. But so far it looks like a pretty doable kit. When I actually put this together, I'll talk more in detail if I need to make any adjustments about it. But I hope you found this sort of introduction to it useful. I do look forward to your comments, and until then, thanks for watching.